Welcome to Two Gents.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Where two seasoned gents take on the hard truths of life, success, and responsibility. In a world where the rules don't bend for us, these gents believe in doing the work, owning the struggle, and inspiring others to take action. So, pull up a chair.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Two Gents Podcast and the mic. The mic is beside me on your screen right now. I hope the other gent calls in, and we're looking forward to the show. I see the other gent is on the line, so we're going to get him up on the stage. Full in-house. Everybody's in-house. What can I say? Ron with his Mr. T starter kit, trying to be like Byron Glass, all shaved up. Look at Pastor Riggins with that bad sports coat going on. It's all over the place. So, Pastor, I'm going to give it to you. I know we're going to skip around a lot tonight because we got a lot of stuff to cover. So I'm going to give it to you, and you pass the mic to Byron after that.
Good evening, everyone. I told Ron in our pre-show, and I'll probably be all over the place tonight. The first thing I'm coming at is the fact that we now blatantly have no doubt officially signed into an executive order. We're dealing with a racist administration.
Oh, Lord, man.
And I know you don't want me to deal with it, Baron Glass, but I gotta put it out there.
Lord.
You know we are. Now here's the deal. Stephen Miller, as we know, is behind it all. He's the face of it. And he's the auto pen, as he would say about Biden. You done let off on me, Baron. Now here's
I'm here.
What happened, man?
I'm here.
If you want, yes, sir. If you want the parks to be open, free to go in on your birthday, all you do is make an executive order to it. And he'll be on the fact that June 14th, his birthday is Flag Day. If you want that to be, just add it to the docket. And say, listen, when we had a parade on his birthday last year, and he knows that what's coming up now is the 250th anniversary of the independence of America is next year, July 4th. This is what all is leading to. All you gotta do is you can add it, it's Flag Day, and probably guess what? Because it's Flag Day, even when you gone and not president anymore, it may remain there because it's Flag Day. But what he did was added his birthday, June 14th, Donald J. Trump, June 14th, Flag Day, to the free day of free entries or free admission into the national parks. But he deleted Martin Luther King Jr. holiday and Juneteenth Day, which are both national holidays of the United States of America. That is blatant. It's a blatant like slap in your face. We don't want to hear anything about civil rights. We don't hear anything about slavery. It's null and void in the minds of those that we wanted to be the United States of America. That's what I'm starting at tonight. Well, I'm going to be all over the place tonight, though, but that's what I'm starting at. I had to because I don't address politics during my sermon time. During the time of prayer time and time of reflection or offering or whatever announcements, if it's need be, I will say something. I felt as an American citizen born in America, African American, an American history teacher, an American, African American leader in the community, I had to address the fact that this is blatant racism. I digress.
Mr. Riggins.
Yes, sir.
When Barack Hussein Obama was the president,
yes, sir.
Did he ever make Juneteenth a national holiday by executive order?
No, sir.
And Ron, I'm going back to where we've been all the while. If this man has got all this power, why didn't these other people use the same power that he's now using? Second point, Jasmine Crockett. I hope we jump in on that. So I'm done.
We will.
I'm done, Spikes.
Hey, let me say something, Ron. Barrett. I like how you always bring out that while all the other presidents did not use the executive power. And I think the problem of it is that if you go into what we call political science and what they call the norms of what they call themselves having, being taught how to do politics through the system. Remember they used to say the Senate was the gentleman's house and all these different decorums and norms and stuff. They fell for that. Like Barack Obama was just like Kennedy. He was a senator first. They fell for all that. That there are lines you don't cross. There are things that you don't do as president. You got to keep the separation of powers, which so everything need to be passed. I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. We got to pass the bill, make it a law, and the president signs it or get vetoed, and then you can do what? You can go back and you can override the veto. They were following all those rules. Nobody wanted to go out there and say, listen, if I believe in something a certain way. All Trump did was, you ever watch the movie, I said it before, Head of State with Chris Rock? Remember that movie, Head of State, a long time ago, about 20 years ago or so, Chris Rock. And as head of state, he was going around making all these rules and stuff. And everybody was saying like, hey, that's not how a president really works. That's not how they were using it, but it could work like that. And what Trump has did, he's on steroids and abusing that. On steroids, I'm putting his agenda out there. And you're right, Barron, that people should have thought ahead. I never thought that somebody would come in and do those things. They should have thought ahead to say, listen, we got to put some roadblocks in case I want to be Hitler, I want to be Napoleon, I want to be Andrew Jackson. They didn't think ahead.
As I listen to both of you guys talking, Byron, I agree with you wholeheartedly. But here's the one thing that I've never seen them address or correct to this day is what happened on January 6th to make it where it wouldn't happen again. I mean, we went through, it's so many other issues that wasn't covered. So why would, if you're going to always bring it up, why would you not correct it where it couldn't happen? And it may have took a constitutional amendment, but that was something that was probably bipartisan that you could have did. But no, you chose not to pick that up. So Byron, I'm with you. Pastor Riggins, I'm with you.
You mean Biden?
Yeah, I'm talking about Biden.
Yeah, Biden should address that. He should have.
Yeah, he should address that from
Y'all not gonna like what I'm gonna say. Y'all not gonna like what I'm gonna say. Biden was a weak president. Biden was weak all the way through. That's
his cabinet was weak, Pastor. I'm gonna say it for you.
No. Your cabinet is a reflection of who you choose.
When I say cabinet, let me clarify. The people that was in his inner circle was weak. Biden used to be a strong man. Biden used to say what was on his mind, and he followed through with it. And if you go through any of his track record before he became president, he was a fighter.
But the age caught up to him.
Hold on just a minute. I want to do something, guys. Give me just 1 minute. He may not have that long to come on, but give me just 1 minute. Let me see if I can add him to the stage.
He lied by saying running one term. And when he did not want to run just one term, just to save the soul of America, is when he got caught in that trap of trying to do things that he wasn't able to complete. And that's how we got caught like this. I know we shouldn't have backtracked into Biden, but since you brought him up, he was weak all the way through, as far as I'm concerned. When you decided not to hold to that I'm just gonna save America by having that one term, we could have bought more power and more strength and more structure, and that kind of led to where we're at right now. Go ahead, man. I'm glad to have you on tonight, brother.
Hey, let me do this real quick. I know you don't have time. Let me tell you who this is. This is Cedric Peterson. I'm gonna give you a shot of him real quick because I went out there and researched this, and I called him at the last minute. I did him like we normally do people. You call him at the last minute and ask him, can he come on the stage? And I just want to tell you who he is. Now, Pete, I want to ask you a question because I know I met you, but can I give a little bit of history? Because Byron likes to hear a little bit of history. And I'm gonna make this quick. His wife is running for county clerk in the area in Houston, and she just
Fort
put in
County, actually. Yeah.
Clerk. Am I right?
Oh yeah, Fort Bend County.
So Pete is a retired military person, and I asked people to call in at different times because I wanted to, we're going to jump. I'm under the weather. We're going to jump all over, but I just asked him for a few minutes of his time. Well, Pete, look, can you just give us your decision on Harry Smith? And if any of my panel members have any questions, can you ask them about being in the military and the decision that he made?
Okay, so can y'all hear me good? Because I know it's breaking up on my end.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you. You good.
Okay. So you just my opinion on Pete Heskett, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, man, I tell you, when it comes to this individual that we got sitting in this seat, I mean, right now, from what I learned and from what I observed, he's nobody. I think we all agree that he don't need to be in the position that he's in, right? One thing I can say about my 30 years in the military is that I've never been around or been put in a position like this guy's putting us in right now, right? Once again, we are working with somebody that's running this country, and we always tell people, look, I'm not going to have this conversation with you about politics unless you serve where I've served. Basically saying, if you're not a veteran, then it's not a conversation that we can have. And at the same time, I like to tell people, hey, I'm not getting into that sphere of business. I got orders to follow, right? I'm going to follow my leaders. But the thing is, I think we have a leader right now, man, that is really not leading, that is being a pawn in a chess game. I think he's very underqualified for the job, and his judgment that he's making right now, man, I just feel that he's really putting us in a bad position, right? So I don't think that we are really. I don't think that, and you guys, excuse me, I'm gonna have to move around a little bit. I don't think that we are in a good place right now when they come to this guy leading our Department of Defense. They can call it a war all they want, but it's Department of Defense.
So
my
go
friend,
ahead. I'm you.
I heard you saying what Ron was saying last week. That when you have orders, you got to carry it out, and that's the attitude you have had in the past. Was, listen, I can't discuss the politics part of it because I have orders to carry out. But you're saying that this is a one-off or a different times we're living in, that where the people giving out the orders are giving out orders that may be legal, orders that may not be sound, and so then all that's off the table. For instance, remember the admiral that he told to carry out the shooting, the African American admiral. He says, "I'm not going to do it," and they had a face-to-face, and he threatened the admiral as if he's going to have a court-martial, whatever. Admiral leaves, come back, and resigns. I don't know if he had 30 years or so, whatever, under the belt, but he says, "I'm not going to follow these illegal orders." What are your thoughts about that?
I totally agree with him, because the way I look at it right now is, yes, he can follow those orders today, but unless I look at let's look at a prime example with right now, the one that they trying to call back to active duty.
Senator
Yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. So the one that they try, yeah, Mark, yeah, the senator, yeah. So they trying to call him back to active duty. One thing I feel about that, as an officer, first of all, as an officer, you're never off the record. You're not. I'm off the record. I retired after 30 years, but I got up to like 65, I think it is, in order for me to really be off the record, right? What he did, what I believe that he did, was probably the most honorable thing that anyone could have done. Because whether he carry out those orders now, who's going to stand behind you later on down the road? When stuff come to a head. We are in a time right now where, yes, this president that we have, we got him for 3 more years. Yeah, he's got a long time, but at some point in time, his time is done. So I think that what the admiral did was the most honorable thing he can do, it because it wasn't for. I don't think it was for. I could say it was for him, but he honored the country by doing what he did.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I see it the same way.
Yeah.
Now, let me say something else. Guess what? The guy who did carry it out, the heat on headset, you know what the headset's saying? I walked away and put it back on that guy. Just like you said, when the push comes to shove, headset gonna push it down on the man that did it. If that admiral would have done it, then it would have been on him, just like headset tried to put on the guy that did do it.
Yes, sir. And you think about where this guy is right now. They can put it on him all day, but who's in power? Long as he's back in Heskett, and because of the location I'm in, I'm just kind of really don't want to be name dropping right now, but
Right, right.
because of who is in charge, because of who has the power, you can tell this guy that, hey, you can be my fall guy for me. Let's get this heat off of me, but we still got you.
Right,
Because the president is going to be there to,
right.
pardon him or whatever it may be. That's the way I see this particular situation.
Oh yeah, it's all part of that game. All those dots got to be connected. If those dots stay
Mhm.
connected together, everybody come out on top. I agree with you 100%.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Byron,
And I ain't gonna keep talking, but I want to add one more thing.
go
I
ahead.
tell people all the time. It's not what I learned about the president, it's what I learned about my friends, right?
Exactly. Now you
Because
talk.
because you have a lot of these guys. I sit there and I think about them and I see where they are right now and what their affiliation is. And I say, I knew them when they was on active duty.
Right.
And if they went as hard, if they are going as hard for this as they did when they was on active duty, then that's who they always was.
Always was. It's just
Yeah.
not coming. I
Yes,
agree with
because I spoke to veterans last week. I had a session with veterans last week, and I had this guy walk up to me after everything was over. It's like he was waiting to have this conversation with me. He was older, World War II guy, whatever it was. Like he was waiting to have this conversation with me. So I gave him one piece of information. I say, you can have a young sailor, airman, or marine. They can show up to work late. I said, once they show up to work late, they come in there, you're going to be mad at them. You're going to say, okay, get here on time. I say, then you're going to talk to another individual. They're going to say, oh, I know why Pete was late last night. He was drinking with us. And now
you.
you're going to call that young sailor, marine, or airman in. You're going to sit in there. You're going to get in their butt. I say, but you're going to do something with the highest decimal in your voice. You're going to tell them you're a liar. And what normally comes after that is, I hate effing liars.
Yep.
I say that's what we do in the military. That's what I see a lot of people do in the military. I say, but now we got one sitting in the highest seat in the country. I say, but don't nobody want to hold him accountable.
That's
The
what
man
I'm.
couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't say nothing to me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Pete, as I listen to you talk, one of the things that I want to tell these guys that's on the air, this is a person that went into the military as a private, went all the way up went through the enlisted ranks and became an officer. So he can see it from both perspectives when he's giving you an answer. Pete, I don't want to keep you that long, but I want to tell you what my friend Byron Glass always tells us. You got to have a seat at the table to make a difference. And I
Yes,
see
sir.
your wife is having a seat at the table to try to make a difference. And we're going to have to get you on another time. He's at an event right now, Byron Glass. And he's also a part. What's that group that you're a part of?
The salt and pepper game.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when we call people on there,
Well, Ron,
call
look,
somebody that
Ron,
can make a difference out there. Pete,
Ron,
thank
let's
Go
bring
ahead,
his
go
wife.
ahead.
Let's bring his wife on whenever she have time within the next before election.
Oh, they got bigger stories to tell. I just haven't reached out to them because I see what
Okay.
they're doing. They going every which way, but we're gonna get his
Hey,
wife
man,
on.
you see all this salt and pepper here, man. I've had it for years. I've graced it, man. Hey, whatever the good Lord give me is what I'm loving, and I don't have no problem with it at all.
Well, you know what? Ron got you on this call. That means you might be a man of substance. That's one thing. And I tell people all the time, I say,
All
it's not,
right, man.
we have so many people talk about the gray. I say, but it's not about that. It's all about what you can bring to the
Yes,
table.
sir.
So
Yes, sir,
once
man.
again,
Well,
so
nice
yeah,
meeting.
Hey, Pete, I'm gonna tell you who we got on the line real quick, and then you can just hang up and go.
yes, sir.
That's Pastor A.F. Riggins. How long you been teaching, Pastor?
27 years.
27 years. Okay.
In what district?
33 years.
In what district?
I'm in Aldine ISD now, but I've
And
been
that's
in,
Pastor Pete.
Okay.
Pastor A.F. Riggins. He's
All right, nice to meet you.
from the northeast side of town. Byron
Yeah.
Glass has been a representative out of Louisiana for how many years, Byron?
Ron, 34 years. I'm termed out December of 2026. I'm going into the private sector, but I don't know if I can lead a public life because we got a corrupt individual. We got corrupt people, and we need as many voices that's not afraid to stand up. So hats off to your wife. Hats off to you, man.
Yes,
Whatever
sir.
journey you go through, we here to support you 100%. And thank you for coming on tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
What
All
event
right.
are you at? And then just hang up.
Yeah, so what we do is, with our nonprofit organization, we support teen parents. So we
Mhm.
get with this organization called Mercy Goods every year, and we get the law firm, our lawyer for our program, which is Valerie Jewett with Jewett and Associates. And what we do is we pick 20 kids, 20 of these young teen parents, and we kind of support them over the Christmas holidays with gifts, which is normally like, what the gender of the kid, and we give Pampers and diapers and all kind of things. So a bunch of law firms get together, they'll select the kid, and they select that kid, and they go out there and fill bags for them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
So
what we do every year. This is our second year doing it, but we have been doing our organization now. We've probably been doing this for about going on 2.5 years. So we support teen parents with our organization. And one thing I like to say about it, because me and my wife was parents at 15 and 16 years old. We had those tough conversations where parents would say, "You're not gonna make it. You're gonna be a statistic. Here it is," But we had sisters, we had brothers, we had friends step in for us and help us have the life that we have. So we feel like we need to do that same thing for somebody else. So that's what we do at our organization.
hey, that's outstanding, Pete. Like I say, thank you for your time. You know
Thank
how
you.
much I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
Good thing up, man, and go on about your business. We're gonna get you on the air
All
during
right.
the regular time where you can sit down and you can talk when you have time. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it,
Thank
Ron.
you. You guys have a blessing. Thank you.
Nice meeting you, man.
Same here,
All right.
fella.
Bye-bye. That was Pete. I'm glad that he took the time to come on the air, because too many times when we have discussions, people don't think that we have the ability to reach out to normal people or somebody that's in a situation that can make a decision. We may be 3 gents, 2 gents in the mic sitting here, but that mic, we've been doing it for a long time. And we don't reach out to maybe people that you see every day, but we can reach out to normal people that are in positions. I got something else for, I got something else that's scheduled to come on later on tonight. D, I want to say hi while we're on the air. I didn't acknowledge you. I got the comments up. Anybody else that's out there that want to come in, call in, I'm going to put up the call-in number, and it's going to show for 60 seconds. I just want to give it back because we got so much to cover tonight. And BG, y'all, I apologize. I'm still under the weather, and I get excited. And BG, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Riggins. I think people get it wrong. Because there's a such thing as reality in politics, and there's a such thing as what you want in politics. And what I mean by that is this. When I say Jasmine Crockett made the wrong decision to try to run, it's not because she's not qualified. It's not because she has not risen the bar as far as it can go. What we're looking at is a society that's not willing to accept somebody like she is. So to run in that seat and maybe lose your congressional seat by forfeiture or whatever the case may be, me personally, I don't think it was a good option for her to run, because you're not going to beat John Conyers in his district. You're not going to beat the other individual that's running in his district because of the way that it's made up. So at the end of the day, when the smoke is cleared and the dust settles, I would never say that she's not qualified. As a matter of fact, she's overly qualified. But having all those qualities, we know here in America, you can be the best at whatever it is that you're doing, but if they're not ready to choose you, they're not going to choose you.
Ron, the only thing, Barron, the only thing I'm going to say is she's being forced to run because the Supreme Court approved Trump's the gerrymandering.
The congressional map.
Right. So her district's been cut out.
Right.
So
I know a district been cut out.
So she won't be able to run as a congresswoman.
Right,
So,
right. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, Riggins, if you really want the opportunity, the young white gentleman that's making headway out in Texas, his chances of winning is better than hers, even though he doesn't have the seniority. And again, in politics, you got reality versus perception. Of what
you trying to bet on Roy?
No. It's the young guy that's out there that's making headway.
Another guy that's in Texas. I'm gonna look up
the little young guy. Yeah, the little young guy.
Well, he might beat her in the primary then. If he beats in the primary, then he'll run because she has
No. Riggins, he stepped aside. All of them stepped aside.
No.
Even
You're
the
talking about
other guy stepped aside.
already stepped aside.
all of them.
The young guy stepped aside as well.
Oh, he shouldn't have stepped aside. Now,
Yeah.
Because here,
that point right there is what I believe that just like I said, just like whenever Biden didn't let them have a primary and try to self-appoint Kamala Harris, that messed up. They should have had a primary, so at least you can prove your work yourself. Now, if she run against that young guy and beat him in the primary, they would give her more boost anyway. But if he would beat her, then that's the best candidate. he shouldn't have stepped aside.
Mhm.
He shouldn't have stepped aside.
My opinion on this is probably different than everybody's opinion. I agree with Byron that she's in a battle, but the deck is stacked against her,
Right.
because the National Democratic Party ain't gonna lend too much money into her race.
Right.
But the only way that we can make a difference is that I reached out to Dr. McKellar earlier, and she reached out to the Jasmine Crockett camp, and Jasmine has a direct link where she can get money donated directly to her campaign, and she also has this between that link. It's a split donation because I got it up on the screen right now. I'm gonna add it to the description of this program so you can see it. But she has Hold Them Accountable is another organization, a PAC. Go ahead. I know this sounds bad, Pastor, but I'm gonna say it. Hold Them Accountable. She splits it straight down the middle. With whatever you donate, whatever amount that you donate, it goes directly to her. If you send it to the Democratic Party, it's gonna go all over the nation. And she needs every dollar that she can get in her campaign fund to run here in Texas. So if you're gonna support Jasmine Crockett, you never heard me ask for money or any kind. Don't donate to the National. Don't donate to them. They're gonna put a picture up and say donate to the National campaign, and that money is gonna be divided among hundreds of people that they identify that needs some money within the party. I want my money to go directly to Jasmine Crockett so we can give her opportunity. Come on in.
Hey, Ron, I can guarantee you this, because I know how politics work.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to get James Clyburn in a room by himself and ask him if he supported her, he would say no.
And we didn't say this how many times, class, in the past? How many times have we said this? If we don't change, if we don't get new blood in, we're going down the same path. We can't allow somebody to tell us that we can't allow somebody not to give her a chance to win. We have to actually give her a chance to go forward. Pastor, I know I'm all over the place probably in that conversation, but if you that's like telling Dr. Martin Luther King or Malcolm X that they never made a difference. But we have to give them a path to put money behind it.
This morning, I was watching the news, or last night, and they were talking about the rate of those that yesterday was the deadline to sign up. She has $4 million she's starting out with. She has the lowest amount of the millions of dollars of people that's in the race on both sides. She has $4 million she's starting out with, but at least she got $4 million as of her own personal money. But I hear what Barron is saying, that she don't have a fighting chance. But I'm saying that for our own personal journey that she's trying to have to make a difference. Remember the lady that ran for president in '72, and she's cracked, the first African American woman,
Shirley Chisholm.
Yeah, Chisholm didn't have a fighting chance, but she was being a pioneer.
Right, Riggins, yeah. But what I'm saying is times have changed. There's a lot more offices that I think she could run and win and make some headway. Again, I'm not saying that she shouldn't. I'm not saying that nobody shouldn't. What I'm saying is that the reality of it is, because I'm a realist, she has no chance of winning.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to.
I want to go next.
I believe what you're saying. Well, what else can she run and do right now?
Well,
if they
in Texas, Riggins, in Texas, you ain't really got too many opportunities. Look at the guy who ran. Beto O'Rourke couldn't win.
Right.
Okay. The other guy that ran a couple of years ago, last year, he couldn't win.
So she need to move states?
No. What I'm saying is she is not going to connect to the people, the majority, because her own caucus, her own Democratic caucus, they call her cuckoo. They call her whatever. They're not. Riggins, let's own up to it.
Right. So I'm asking. So she need to move to another state?
No. I'm not. No. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that I think the resources and the money that she has. Of course, if I were there, I would vote for her. Right. I have never said that she's not qualified. I'm saying looking at the map and the statistical data.
Right. So you vote for her, but you voted for a losing cause.
Well, I'm voting because if she got enough. Let me tell you this, Riggins. When I ran for state rep, It was 4 white guys, and it was just me. My only uncle, who had never voted in his life, he came to me, he said, nephew, he said, since you got enough courage to run, he said, I'm gonna have enough courage to go pull the lever for you. He registered to vote. So sometimes it is what it is. But Riggins, guess what? Times have changed. The climate that we're in now, if it's not, well, I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to sound discouraged or be discouraged, but I'm just looking at what I see as reality. It's an uphill battle.
Let me jump in here because I think that's the problem with the Democratic Party as a whole. Because, see, we've seen Jasmine Crockett out there, and you called out a couple of people that should have been on, that should have jumped on behind her. She should have had a group behind her. And I got somebody I'm gonna add to the stage, and y'all all know her. I'm gonna bring her to the stage right now, and we're gonna give her a chance to talk because she's short on time again. This is another military member that's running for the mayor of. I got it already. I'm gonna put it up so y'all can know who we're talking to. Talking to Dr. McKellar out of Tyler, Texas. She's running for mayor in 2026 in Tyler, Texas, for the city of Tyler. She's a retired officer. She went to Iran and Afghanistan. I brought her on to talk about Pete Hester, and she want to talk about the campaign. I hope we can lend and give her a little bit of time, and then we're gonna go back to that conversation that we just had. How you doing, Doc?
I'm fine. How are you doing, Mr. Run?
We doing great.
It's great to see you finally. You've been hiding from me, and I don't like that.
I see that since you're reading it. Where we got Byron Glass and Pastor A.F. Riggins. You know both of them, so I'm glad.
I do. Greetings, gentlemen, to all of you from Tyler, Texas, the rose capital of the world. How about that? How's it going down? How is it going in Houston, Texas? You got a lot of things going on down that way, right?
Yes, indeed.
But I'm gonna keep you to one subject tonight because
I know. It's a lot of subjects. So what's the subject tonight, Chief?
But I want you to two things. I'm gonna change to Dr. McKellar. Pastor, go ahead.
Yeah, the two things that he wants you to address is what's your thoughts on the Pete Hester and that when he commanded them to kill those supposed fishermen or those 2 survivors on that boat and taking military orders, was it illegal or not illegal, and how do we address that? And second thing, you talked about your campaign that you have for mayor, and you might want to throw something in about Jasmine Crockett if you want to. Ron is under the weather, so he's coughing a lot. Yes. So
well, let me start out by saying I should have that position that he has. How about that?
Okay.
And I would follow the Constitution of the United States of America. How about that?
What is your military background? Fill in our audience so we can.
Well,
know.
I'm medical, so I served 20 years in the military. I ran hospitals, but as you know, in the military, we do everything. So I'm a combat vet, and I came from a military hospital, so a field hospital. So I'm a field girl. So I worked in the field for 20 years and enjoyed every bit of it. So that's my background, medical. But
officer or enlisted?
I'm an officer. No, I went in with my master's degree. I'm a clinical nurse specialist. They call them nurse practitioners now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I received my doctorate in nursing from while in the military. So the military paid for that part of me, and then they paid for my degrees in political science. I went back to school to get my degrees in political science when I decided to run for public office.
So you're a second lieutenant, captain, I'm trying to.
I retired out as a major. I was on the lieutenant colonel's list, and I couldn't fulfill those 3 years, so I retired out as a major.
Right. I just wanted to know. So
yes,
you were qualified.
Once again, I need to have that position that has, if he can do it as a major, I can do it as a qualified major that follows the Constitution, and that's what he did not do. So we know all about the Geneva Convention, and we know that we don't just kill people, we go and rescue them if they're out there, and then we take them to trial if they're doing something wrong and illegal. But at any rate, we're in a new day in this country, and I don't recognize this country as the country that I served, and spent 20 years away from my family to protect and serve the amazing people who serve this country called warriors, whether they were in the Air Force, Army, Marines, whatever. They came across my hospital.
Yes, ma'am.
You know,
Now,
one of the things that I really want to talk about is also, you know how they used to say you got 1 degree of separation out there.
Correct.
Well, we got 1 degree of separation between this lady and Jasmine Crockett. Do you understand what I'm saying? You basically,
You're kind. You're really kind, my brother, and I appreciate that. I take that as a compliment.
I know. You don't
But I'm humble.
want to take the credit for it and all the rest of that. But 1 degree of separation between Jasmine Crockett, the lady that's running for the Senate,
Yes.
and Dr. McKellar, just tell me, how do you think her chances are? And,
You
and I
know,
know
my boots are on the ground for Jasmine Crockett because she's totally qualified for that position. Really, to be honest, I really wanted Jasmine to stay right there where she was for a minute or two. Much like President Obama when he decided to leave the Senate and go ahead and run for president. He was quite qualified, obviously, but we already know who actually really runs this country, and that's Congress and Senate. And that's the one person that in this country that does not really understand who really runs this country and what his duties are since he is in that position. The president has very limited duties. As a matter of fact, Harry Truman said that if I had known that being the president of the United States was just a glorified position, he said a glorified secretary in the book, that I wouldn't have never become one. Well, they do have a great duty, and then they're really well known in the country, and they're very powerful in that position, but they do have duties. And so what he does not understand, and Jasmine Crockett does understand, and that is what the duties are of the Congress and of the Senate. And because this guy thinks that he has all power, then that's why we have what we have in this country today. So we need some people in place to get our country back on track the way it was. The one country that you and I served, Chief, is the country that we're looking for. Yeah, we're looking for more growth, and yeah, we're looking for some more changes, and I'm ready for that change in Tyler, Texas. But we got to follow rules. We got rules that's already established, and we have to follow those rules, and we're not following those rules right now. And we don't
absolutely.
just we don't just let people. We just don't say shoot everybody, kill everybody. We rescue people, and then we take them to tribunal, and let the courts decide. We don't even know where that ship was going, right?
right.
But it doesn't look like it was coming to America.
Suppose it was a fisherman, but they try to act like it was a drug ship.
Exactly. We don't even know what was on that boat, right?
Right. No, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Now, let me ask you another question. So,
Yeah.
even though you wanted Jasmine to stay in a position, am I correct to say that she was forced out of it because of the gerrymandering? Her district was going to be done away with anyway.
Probably. Mhm.
Because the Supreme Court agreed to that gerrymander map yesterday, and the moment that they agreed
Correct.
to was good thing that they didn't wait until today or tomorrow after the deadline. So they gave us something. They gave us a silver lining. They gave her time to say, okay, since this map is going to stand, let me jump out of this and go into the Senate race.
Well, if anybody could win that, as you know, we have not. I'm a Democrat. Okay, if nobody has won statewide for a lot of years since Ann Richards here in Texas, number one, who was an amazing woman who did outstanding work. So I think that if anybody could do that, Jasmine Crockett can. We know we've had Colin Allred, and I'm happy that he bounced back because he recognized that he was not going to be able to beat her out in the primary. So I think she's going to be our person in the primary. And maybe people are saying Talico may be, but I think Jasmine Crockett will be.
Okay.
She's got people fired up and ready to go.
Dr.
Right.
McKellar, Byron
Yes.
Glass introduced me to you years ago, and we've been doing these interviews all the way through. I know Byron's off the air because he's taking care of something else. But I just want to say, you sent me a link today Can you explain why that link? Because I'm gonna put it out there after the show into
Okay.
the description of the show, and I'm gonna leave it there. Can you tell me? Because can you make sense of it? Because I don't, and I'm gonna say it like this. I know you may not agree with me,
Okay.
but if you send the money to the Democratic Party, sometimes it doesn't reach the candidate because they think that they can spend the money somewhere else better within the country. If that link that you gave me links directly to Jasmine Crockett, so I just want you to kind of explain that. And I don't want to hold you past that because I know you're in the meeting right now.
That's okay.
So,
The whole team is listening to you. And
oh, okay.
let me
How you doing,
introduce
Tim?
that. That's my campaign manager, Miss Kimberly Williams. And these are members here that are dedicated members that work on the campaign. They're waving at you.
Hey, I see
If
him. I see him. Thank you, team. Thank you for participating. And we tell people all the time, we may not reach the top people in this world that may be presidents and senators and all the rest of that because they run in the country, but we can
right?
reach out to Dr. McKellar. She's right,
Anytime. I
mayor.
reach out to my people all across the nation, right? But let me just we'll talk about that donate button. But I want to talk about my own donate
That's what I
button.
was going to say.
Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean,
I see. I threw that
I have
curveball
to
at
be
you. You weren't
reminded.
waiting for that. You weren't ready for me,
I'm
were you?
always ready. I mean, that's true. We have to support everybody. Come on, Dr.
That's
McKellar.
about our
Thank you for
campaigning
bringing us
job.
back on track.
No, but actually, every candidate in the Democratic Party normally have their own Act Blue account. So you could actually that goes to her Act Blue account. And so she wants founding members of founding donors, I should say, so that she can put those names on her website to show people who actually endorse her
Mhm.
and are supporting her and really want her to run for that seat. And obviously, I want her to really run for that seat, but but not right now. But it's good. But I'm glad she stepped out there. She's ready to roll, and we're ready to support her.
Absolutely. So come on, Dr. McKellar, give us your information because they need to have that too.
Okay, so go to the McKellar for Mayor, and go to our Facebook page, or you can go to my Act Blue. We have an Act Blue as well. Now, I was really just teasing with you, but not really. So, but anyways, it's all good. We need to support, and I'm with you that sometimes the money gets disseminated everywhere. People come into Texas because Texas has a lot of money. You know that, Chief. You're a Texan. Come
Mhm.
out into Texas and they take our money and they disperse it all across the nation, everywhere else except putting it in Texas. So what I want to tell Jazz, I was with Congresswoman Crockett in September. We spent a lot of time together, dialoguing and talking about, but what needs to happen. So I want her to make sure that she comes to East Texas because we have 1 million registered voters that are just waiting for somebody to come to Texas and ask them for their vote, right? So Cornyn has been to Texas, East Texas, 3 times in the last 6 to 8 weeks
Wow.
because he recognizes because people you know the drill every time and where's Christian is gone, but every time we go to Washington D.C. in September to the Congressional Black Caucus, we say to them, you guys just forget about East Texas. And that's why we can't win seats in Texas because they don't come here in this area, in this rural community to ask people for their votes.
Mm,
If they spend more time, and Cornyn gets it, that's why he's been down here. And we got a lot of money in East Texas.
I
And we
agree
got
with
a
you.
lot. We let me just share this with you. We have more billionaires in Tyler, Texas, than Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi combined. Combined. And my friend next to me said, "What?" No idea. Yes, billionaires with a B. Many of our billionaires park their airplanes in Dallas, Texas, at a hub because we didn't have enough space at our new airport here, and they get on the plane and fly into Tyler every single day. These are businessmen
Mhm.
that fly all over everywhere. So now we have 30 acres of land that I was able to bring in investors in here. And we're building hangars because we have a medical school here as well. So we're building hangars so that these billionaires can park their airplanes here in Tyler, Texas, at our new airport that
Go
was
ahead,
built
Dr.
while I was
McKellar.
stationed overseas during the war in Iraq.
Good, good, good.
Yes,
You're doing a
yes.
lot, Dr. McKellar. I'm not gonna hold you and tell your
No,
team.
that's okay. That's okay. Team,
Tell your
they're
team.
listening.
Tell your team you got a great lady there. Support and do everything that you can, and make sure that this happens in Tyler, Texas. Because when that happens, I'm gonna come down there myself. I'm coming down to myself. You got me on the air, so you know I'm telling the truth. When I
Right,
get
right.
there,
We got you.
I'm
Got
coming
you on
down
We're
there.
camera.
recording you.
I'm gonna hold myself to that. I'm gonna try to get Byron Glass and Pastor F. Riggins to get in the truck with me and ride, because I know Pastor don't like to drive.
Why don't like to drive?
And you know, Chief, every time I hear your voice and every time I see you and think about you, obviously I think about the late Mr. Dunny Walker
Yeah,
and our relationship, and I think about Sandra Bland's mother and Sandra Bland herself and all the things that we went through of working with
come on,
Sandra
a little bit
Bland's
higher than that.
case.
Come on, Pastor. Come on, Dr. McKellar. Come a little bit
Yeah,
higher than that.
I know you make it brings tears to my eyes, really,
Sheila,
to
Sheila
think of.
Jackson Lee.
Go
She
ahead.
rode in the car with Sheila Jackson Lee, because Donnie used to tell me all about it.
Sheila Jackson Lee.
Going from
She
town to
listen.
town,
Sheila
different.
Jackson Lee came here and stomped with us. Barbara Lee came and stomped with us. The chair of the party at that particular time. What's the attorney's name that came to stomp? All of them, was about 12 of them that came. We drove throughout East Texas. It was about 12 to 15 cars caravanning, stomping for little Shirley McKellar in Tyler, Texas. That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna drop, go to the top. I'm
Okay. I don't believe in playing
ever
down
let
at the
you get away
bottom.
without
I I
dropping
I,
the
I
name.
don't know about the bottom, right?
Yeah, I know. I know. Dr.
No,
McKellar, we're not gonna hold you, and I
that's
appreciate you
okay.
coming on and
Yes,
taking
sir.
your time. Is there anything you would like to add that maybe all of us should stay encouraged, even though we're in the situation that we're in?
That's right. Don't be disheartened by any of this. It's gonna. At the end of the day, we're gonna come out on top. And at the end of the day, I know who is really in charge, and that's the guy
Amen.
that's looking at above us, that's looking out for us. So I feel good about it. I feel good about this campaign, and I know we can win it. So get ready for the mayor's ball. We'll be sending you an invitation. We've never had a mayor's ball here in Tyler. There's a lot of things that we've never had here in Tyler that we're going to have when McKellar becomes the mayor of the city of Tyler, Texas.
So you
Right?
know I'm gonna have to ask this question because somebody asking it already. You
Okay.
building a ballroom for that?
I'm not going to tear down the other part of the White House and do it. You are so funny. Well, it's interesting you said that because we have a city hall that is so antiquated. There's not even space for councilmen and mayors to have a room, an
Mhm.
office, or a little space. So no, I'm not going to tear down anything, but we're going to build up some things. So
I
we need
appreciate
to
it,
have a
Dr.
new
Kelly.
city hall. Thank you, my
Byron Glass
friend.
and Pastor F. Riggins, y'all got anything else y'all want to add?
Thank you, Pastor. It's good to see you again.
Yes, ma'am. Glad to have you on. I hope you do well in your campaign. We're gonna keep supporting you. And
Yes, sir.
and when is the first election opportunity? Is it primary or is it
It's
actually
but we don't really have a primary in our city, a local election, but 2 weeks prior to 2 weeks prior to the voting day is early
right?
voting.
Okay.
Early voting.
When is it? When is early voting?
But I'm said again, Kimberly. April 21st.
April 21st. So between now and April 21st, all hands on deck,
All hands on decks. All boots on the ground.
my boots on the ground.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Dr.
your
Kelly.
time.
Go ahead. But I got one more thing that I need to add to this before you go. What we gonna do, Pastor? Keep our foot on the what?
Put a foot on the gas. Put the metal to the pedal.
Pedal,
And
pedal
mash
to
it
the
all the way
metal.
down. Mash it all the way
And
down.
DG might be busy right now, but his thing is, if you don't get out and vote in midterms,
Don't complain.
don't complain, don't do anything. It's over. That's what he always says. It's over. So anyway, we got these two gents on the show. Dr. McKellar, thank you. Call anytime that you want to put out the word, and I promise you, I will make that trip.
Thank you, two gents. We appreciate you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Have a
you.
great
Thank
rest of the
you.
evening. Bye
All
for
right.
now.
Take care, Dr. McKellar.
All right.
Always a
Bye.
pleasure. Hey, we got two gents in the mic back out here, but I'm sorry, gentlemen, I have to
We
bring
got
them in.
all those comments. We got it because the comments piled up because we had guests.
Yeah. And I know
So we can better address some of it.
that was already up. Here's the other one, Pastor.
We have to stop being safe when you stand behind Jasmine Crockett. Thank you for the information. I want to done that directly to her campaign. Thank you. Okay.
And that's not positively D. I want to make sure y'all understand that. That's positively unincorporated 4336. I just want to let y'all know.
Right. Agreed to positive. She agrees. Now positive D agrees with her.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. All right. So they're saying what happened to the BG video of Black. He had to take care of some business. I believe positive D.
When you can come back in, please come back in. We appreciate you. We know that you have a lot of activity going on in your background, and I really, when you can get back in, come on back in. You know, I met Dr. McKellar through Byron had interviewed her, and then I got a chance to interview her after Byron Glass, and we always maintain a relationship after the end. Byron's been knocking some people out of the park. I also got one of my friends from out there, Brandon Johnson from Byron Glass Show. Brandon has passed away and went on, but he was a strong political person out of Longview, Texas, and a couple other places. Byron had reached out and had him come on. He used to also call what's that show, Pastor? You used to
the Gumbo show?
Huh?
Then they have the Gumbo show yet?
Yeah, the Gumbo show on Blog Talk USA, and then plus he used to call that show where that guy used to cook, Joe Madison.
He used to call him Joe Madison. He used to call him Joe Madison.
He used,
the Black Eagle.
used to talk to Brandon. You know, Joe Madison didn't talk to that many people. You started where you wasn't making no sense.
Right.
Joe Madison was
I used to watch Mr. Black Eagle every morning. I even bought 3 or 4 watches because of the watches you promote. The guy who created the grandfather clock. African American, and he also did the city. He did this, laid out the city for Washington D.C. Is Benjamin Banneker.
Yeah.
So those watches that he used to, the Benjamin Banneker watches, Joe Madison used to promote those, and I bought, and they all had wood grain in the back of them. Very expensive watches. Baron Glass got a couple of them, I think, and they're $250 watches. The Benjamin Banneker.
Wow. Y'all big time. Okay.
Yeah. But
podcast equipment.
Those kind of watches, though, the battery.
That's AP.
Yeah. No, we're talking about the Benjamin Black Joe Madison.
Hey Ron, when you get a chance, go and Google
it.
Google what?
This AP, man.
Yeah, I don't have to Google it. My eyes can see. I ain't blind.
You know, Baron Glass always like, the top of the line stuff.
No, man.
I ain't blind. Not at all.
Hey, I missed Dr. McKellar. What's her position on headset?
Oh man, she said she said she should have his position. She's a major like he's a major. And more qualified than him. Yeah, she's a major. She said she went all the way up to medical. She was a doctor of nursing in the military, achieved a major rank, and she's more qualified than him to do the job. And then what he's doing is illegal. But also her position is this. She says she boots on the ground, all 4 hands down behind Jasmine Crockett. Pushing.
As I listen, go ahead
to make some things happen. She said because Tyler has 1 million voters. She said now, Corner been up there 3 times in the last 6 weeks. So Jasmine Crockett needs to start moving around, not just trying to get Houston and El Paso and San Antonio and Dallas, but come up to East Texas to swing some things.
Corner is trying to win the primary because they got more than one there. The other guy, Ken Paxton?
Yeah, Ken Paxton.
They're going to be pulling away from each other. But I'm talking about a head-to-head matchup. Let's look at the facts. Number 1, we don't go and vote. Okay, we get all excited and do this, that, and other. But when it comes time to deliver, it just don't happen, right? Okay, so then again, you factor that in, and again, I'm just looking at the whole totality. I'm not saying nothing other than I'm looking at the entire picture, and the picture itself is a complicated path to get from point A to point B. That's all I'm saying.
Well, she also
She was
indicated,
asking for you. She had a lot, she was a lot of good words for you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she also indicated that she would wish that Jasmine Crockett would have took a little bit more time in her decision and maybe waited for a later date. But
That's what I'm saying, Ron.
But she also admitted that she knew that her congressional seat was erased too.
Yeah.
She says why she ain't behind 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, and they did that out of spite again. But see, here's what I don't understand, Riggins. Now, when you look at real portion and all this, that, and other, they said that the maps being drawn specifically for race was wrong, but that's exactly what it is in Texas. It's specifically drawn for race.
Yeah. And she gonna fight. I agree with you, Byron. It's gonna be an uphill battle. But here's what I hate Democrats do. If they have a strong candidate, and because the major party don't identify with them, don't nobody stand behind her. I want somebody to come down here and stand behind her. I want Hakeem Jeffries, since he's the head of the House. I want him to stand behind her when she's making these announcements. I want them Democrats to get off and come down here and support her. I want her to have a panel, not just of people that's made announcements in the past in the black community, but I want them Democrats to come down here and support her. They won't even do that. Now she's a strong candidate. She has the opportunity, but y'all won't even put money behind her or effort. So how is she gonna win? Because she's gonna have everybody and their brothers with him when he goes to fight. She gonna need every penny, every dollar. She gonna have to take up ads. She gonna have to do everything. She's gonna have to go above and beyond.
The question is, Riggins, will she be able to withstand the punches that they're gonna throw at her?
Oh, they coming.
Yeah, she's very charismatic. She's very aggressive. She's like a African American version of AOC. We like her, but now we got to figure out: is she alive? Can she be voted in? And that's a long shot. But we got to figure it out. It's at some point the dams have to break where Texas become purple and then become blue.
Hey, Ron,
will she become part of that?
Complexity matters. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the only thing you have to do is mention that name that we've been throwing out there loosely, Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah.
He ran. I thought he was running a good battle. He came to Pearland and
man.
He announced he made us run all over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Senate race ain't it's you running for the most illustrious body ever created in the political spectrum.
Yes.
And, Riggins, look at Barack, look at Harris. Mm-hmm. You have to be in a situation where the stars are kind of lined up for you. They're not lined up for her right now. And and no mistake, I would certainly not want her to lose. But the odds of her winning, they ain't there.
The only way she could win is if, and this would be an outside chance, if the Epstein files and stuff like that drag Trump down so bad and Cornyn doesn't run from it. But that's an outside chance.
Riggins, they're gonna stick together because I saw a post the other day and I can't think of what it was talking about, but it said exactly what I've been trying to say. I just can't figure it out. It said what he's doing does not basically resonate to his voters. Therefore, they don't care about none of that. They care about specifically what it is that he's doing for them, which is giving them the ability to do what they've always wanted to do since desegregation kicked in.
And
what happened in Texas?
You know what else?
Independence. We need more independence in Texas.
You know what I want to add to that?
Go ahead.
If and you said it right, Pastor. If ever it's opportunity for her to win, she's gonna have to tie those Epstein files into Donald Trump, and if they come out, she's gonna have to tie. Then she's gonna have to tie John Cornyn with supporting that pedophile.
That's right.
And if she can tie that John Cornyn with supporting that pedophile and every word that he says, it's a possibility.
Yeah, because let me tell you, one thing that's out thinking that's sticking out it's an anomaly with this MAGA thing. They don't like the fact of somebody messing with their children. That's really have run Trump hot, red hot, because he figured out that he couldn't beat him, had to join him. Go ahead and release it. Not just hoping that when they release it, that everybody don't pay attention or say, okay, we don't care what you did. You're doing such a great job, Mr. President. You gave $12 billion to the farmers. You promised us you're going to stimulus check. You're doing this, you're doing that. You're doing such a great job, Mr. President. That was in your youth when you wasn't ready to mature in life. That's what he's hoping. Like Kavanaugh. He's hoping them to do like they did with Kavanaugh. We know what you did at that college, but you just a college boy. So come on and be a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, and BG's back on the stage. I'm adding him back to the stage, but I want to play this before we go off the air, and I just need y'all to voice your opinion on this. Glass, if you can come back on.
Yeah, I'm fading. I'm working and doing it at the same time, so I'm here.
Okay, I just want you to listen to what I'm about to add to the stage.
Her harshest critic in her campaign ads. Take a look.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person.
Crockett.
Oh, man, oh, man. She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
Your campaign launch video solely showcases the president insulting you repeatedly. Why did you choose that approach here?
If the president cannot keep my name out of his mouth, then who is it that would be better to make sure that they are in the U.S. Senate to hold him accountable? I am the one that he is afraid of. We are talking about a seat that will absolutely flip the control of the Senate over to the Democrats. This is bigger than the state of Texas.
Just give me your opinion on what just happened. I didn't want to go through the whole thing.
Spikes. One thing she's right on. They are saying all the negative because they're afraid of them. So, and remember now, all you got to do is look at history. Every person that had power, they always tried to deteriorate that person, right? Mm-hmm. So she's right on that aspect. But irregardless as to the threat that they have for her, the stars does not line up for her. Hillary Clinton, the most decorated academic female to probably ever run for office. Highly qualified for anything she ran for, Riggins. Mm-hmm. Look what happened to her.
The Mueller report. When you like to say by hook or crook, they'll make sure she don't win.
Right.
By hook or crook. And this is what we're living with today. We're living in a very precarious time where the United States of America don't look like what it was when we were born. And not for a good reason, but for bad reasons. Mm-hmm. He really want to make it back again like the 1940s, 1950s. And he's on the path to try to do that.
You know, it's small. It's an odd situation that's out there. One of the things that I remember, and I ain't going to tell you where it happened, but I had a unique opportunity to talk to John Cornyn early on as just a normal person. It wasn't about politics. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know who he was when I was talking to him. Sure. Young man that I met him through, I can't even go into details, but anyway, I met John Cornyn. I wasn't impressed with him at that time. And I know he had some skeletons in his closet because even from the position I was in and how I was introduced to him, I don't think he would be, he's a good candidate, but what he has done is he's done one of those things where name recognition, he's an incumbent, and he's been in Texas for a long time. And he just rode the wave throughout everything. You hear his name come up every once in a while, but he doesn't make enough of a wave where I feel like he has disgraced himself or done anything extreme. Now, when Beto O'Rourke was running, I thought Beto would have had a better chance than anybody else as a young person to make a difference here in Texas. But they destroyed him. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, it was almost like he went in hiding. So Glass, I pray for her. And I hope that she gets a chance to go out there. And Pastor, you're here, so you know what we're dealing with here in Texas. And it's a lot of truth to what Byron is saying. Even though the people that we brought on the air tonight and people that's ran positions, that's in positions, she got an uphill battle. And we can admit that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I'm gonna put those links up. I'm gonna try to get Dr. McKellar's link in there as we go throughout the rest of the show. I'm gonna put it into the show so you can go out there and look in the description and have the link to where you can donate money for her cause. And one thing that we don't want to do on the show is discourage anybody from going out and casting a vote. That's not our goal. We put it out there. We ask you to do the research, and I'm gonna let Byron Glass comment on this. Pastor Riggins, you can come in behind Byron Glass. We do not want to discourage anybody from voting. You might want to come in now, Pastor, because evidently Byron had to step away.
Yeah. Well, he's there. Byron.
Yeah.
So he wants you to come in on
not discouraging people from voting.
Oh yeah, no. Again, the aim for me is never to discourage, but I think you can be discouraged enough by knowing what we've dealt with over the last 20, 30 years. We don't get out to vote. There's no reason that they fail to get out to vote. We know in the last election, presidential election, the people, the guys that look like us, a high percentage of them, more than what normally happens, voted for this other person. They're going to be able to tap in to that enough percentages to get the deck stacked. Again, I'm never going to discourage anybody, but the map is not there.
Pastor.
Now, Riggins, the map could be there if we did what we needed to do in unprecedented ways.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Pastor.
Gotta make it happen. We have to make it happen.
Pastor, Pastor, you made some good points earlier, and as I listened to you, you were telling us, I forgot how you worded it, and I'm not talking about the gas on the pedal, but you worded it in a way where normal people could relate. I'm looking at something on my screen, but Pastor, in reality, what do you think her possibilities if she actually, now that she's running, do you think it's going to be a landslide of a defeat, or do you think? I'm for your personal opinion.
Jasmine Crockett, if she wins, she's gonna win by 2 to 3 percentage points. Texas is divided.
So, Riggins, let me ask you this: What would make it be a path for her to win when Beto O'Rourke couldn't?
That's and that's based on the fact Ron says if we go out and make this the unprecedented election where
and now that I'm following you. Now, what's going to make it unprecedented when we for the last year have been talking about the reason why the Democratic Party don't have a message to electrify people to go and vote?
Right, it's the force behind her. She's a good voice. She has a lot to say and a very brilliant mind. But if she don't have her people behind her, she's just talking in the wind.
You know, it's funny because as I listen to her talk, some Democrats get behind her. The ones that could make a difference, it's like they stand off. They stand offish, and they don't want to get behind her or AOC because it seems like it's taken away from their message or what they're trying to put out. At this point in the Democratic Party, you need to take whatever message you can get and run with it, because evidently what you've been doing ain't been working.
That's right.
And now you got these people on the ropes. Instead of you jumping on, pounding, taking advantage of where you at, you run into your little office and hiding because you don't like who the candidate is. So at the last minute, y'all pull this stuff again, where you just run out a candidate for president. And because y'all got control of them, like you normally do, you run out a candidate for president. Say if y'all don't vote for me, it's a vote for somebody else. I guarantee you, We might, as Byron Glasson say, where we at, Byron?
Hey, Riggins, Ron, I don't know where you're trying to lead me to, so tell me, and I'll tell you exactly where we're at.
Oh, I want you to say it. It's over.
Yeah,
so
it's
we don't vote, we don't win the election in 2026.
Yeah, but
midterms and presidential election, all the rest of that, it's over.
Hey, Riggins, Ron,
Yes, sir.
I can guarantee you that at least 60% of her Democratic caucus behind her back says negative things.
Wow.
Without a doubt. I ain't gonna don't,
Right.
don't even,
And I would be surprised to see Nancy Pelosi endorse her.
Did she think she's a loudmouth like Omar, the lady was from Michigan, or you know what I'm talking about?
Riggins. Some people that look like us think she's that way.
I know they think she's a loudmouth.
Is she?
She's loud. She needs loud.
So let me ask y'all a question.
She has substance though. She has
Exactly.
substance. And she's very clever, very really high IQ. That's why whenever you notice Trump saying something, he's saying the opposite.
Exactly.
High, low IQ, low IQ, low IQ. That's saying what he's saying is she's so smart. I don't know what to do with her.
Exactly.
This dude can't even make can't put two words in to make a sentence.
But see, Riggins, here's what I don't understand though. How can he be able to get away with that? And nobody ever say, okay, since my IQ is so low, I'm gonna show my grades and I dare you to show yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take all of that, Byron. You bringing up some good points, and if y'all out there listening like y'all always do, and I'm gonna say this till we get off the air.
Because Riggins, hold on. Hey, Ron, just like with you and Stephen A., I can guarantee you, Riggins, he can say whatever he want to say. But see, either you're gonna show the sign of courage, or you're gonna continue to be a coward. Because if you saying I'm low IQ, that's fine. Let's let the people decide for themselves.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show mine. I'm gonna dare you to show. If he don't show it, then there's nothing else you can say. We're gonna get away from that. You talking? Nobody's talking about the convicted felon. Man, come on.
You know, that conversation don't come up unless it's somebody like Jasmine Crockett or AOC. Don't nobody else say anything about it. Well, I take that back because I heard the King Jeffries using in the speech a couple of times.
But Ron, the people that need to say it don't.
The voters don't.
See, one thing about it, you don't get words minced. You don't get to choose what we say or how we say it. The fact is, those are things that now, Puff Daddy charges still matter. R. Kelly charges still matter. Bill Cosby charges still matter. The list go on and on and on. But nobody, they talk about this over here, but they're not talking about that over there.
Absolutely, because you say one word to tie all that together: facts.
Yeah,
we didn't got so far away from telling facts and truth. I don't know if we're gonna ever get back to it, Byron.
So, hey, y'all in Texas, send Crockett a memo, Riggins, and tell her, challenge the man. You sound so low IQ. Let's get on live television and let's post our grade. You too coward enough to post your grades from college. You too coward enough to say that you're a billionaire. But man, come on, man. This dude is.
He got kicked out a lot. He got kicked out a lot of things.
Our media, and see, that's the biggest thing, Byron. What you're saying is what our media should be putting out there right now. But see, mainstream media runs away from this man because they're afraid of him. They run away from this man because they're afraid that he's going to come after them. But see, what even what happened with what's the guy name that got kicked off the air, Byron?
Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, Colbert.
Colbert. What's the other one?
Jimmy Kimmel came back.
I know, but I'm making
back to
the reason why I'm bringing up those names. See, we turned out in force to support him coming back on the air. I'm talking about people that look like us, that talk like us, and we turned out in force to support those people and got them back on the air. If you can't do it now for your own, go sit
down somewhere.
If you can't do it now for your own,
go sit down.
There's something wrong with you because you sit up there and you got him back on the air. You stood up there and you still protesting Target and Walmart and anybody else that you want to protest. But if you can't get out and protect your own, you can't put this person into office. And I know my voice is about to go, but I'm going to hold you accountable for that too. Because you can do it for everybody else, but you can't do it for your own.
Jamal Bryant, Stephen A. Smith, Roland Martin, Tom Joyner, Michael Bazin, all of them. They need to be out there trying to mobilize.
Ricky Smiley, that's our biggest reach.
Yeah.
Those people are the people that we got to get in place, in line to support her. And have, instead of putting up your own donation things, put up money to donate to her campaign so she can have the funds to go out there and do what this corny is going to be able to do. Because you know they're getting ready to put money behind him from the Republican Party. So the only way she can win them is she's going to have money coming in to support her campaign.
And Riggins, because she's so much of a threat, the goal is not to just beat her, it's to destroy her.
Right, I know. Decapitate. Let me tell you something else.
Yeah.
And try to ruin her reputation and everything. Let me tell you something else. What the ideals or the focus of a nation is known by where they put their money at. See, we want to be entertained. And so the comedy guy that comes on after the news, Jimmy Kimmel, entertains us. So we put a lot of money into it. Here's somebody serious about taking care of the business of the country. And they will say, well, she's just a loudmouth. That's what our problem is. The problem is, what do we as a people, the voters, invest in? If we invest in her, she can win. If we don't invest in her, we can't win. And Ronnie said he don't believe we're going to invest into her.
Well, and all you got to do is
Barron.
Well, yeah, all you got to do is look at receipts.
Yeah.
We don't. We haven't did it. And if it ever in history, you want to make a point, she's the one that you need to make a point with. Mm-hmm. If ever in history, all these BT and all the rest of it, I know BT is owned by people that don't look like her.
Black, yeah.
I wish I knew all the black millionaires that was out there, the black athletes that's out there, the black entertainers that's out there. If anything, you should be focusing the attention here, because this is the way, this is the next batter up.
Now let me tell you something. If nationally, because she made so much noise, she's known nationally. Mm-hmm. Like the idea that she's going to Trump head on head and not scared of him. If there was a national seat to be voted for, she might can win it. But Texas,
right,
is the problem.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And you know,
go ahead, Ron.
I just want to say this. It ain't like we ain't did it before. And they came out, we had Green, Judge Al Green, that went on to become a part of the Congress. We had Sheila Jackson Lee that was part of the Congress. We had what's her name? Barbara Jordan, that became a part of the Congress back in the day. And as Byron brought up earlier, we had Shirley Chisholm that ran for president. You gonna have to, at some point, we're gonna have to take a stand with our money. We're gonna have to take a stand on our own. Go ahead, Byron.
We gotta believe in ourselves, and we don't. See, like Riggins just made the. Let me just put it this way: if Barack ran for state senate in Texas, he wouldn't win.
That's right.
Nationally, he can't, because see, everybody don't think the same way that place thinks. Everybody don't think the same way that Louisiana thinks, because when you get above the Mason-Dixon line, a lot of people believe that there's a good thing in diversity, things like that. But when you decentralize it and lessen the possibility or the probability, again, all you gotta do is look at national elections. Texas is hell to pay with, man.
North of the Mason-Dixon line. I remember when that candidate came out of Mississippi, and I aired her on the air, and she was saying that they don't have votes in her district. Mm-hmm. She went on to say a couple of explicit things that was in her district that people worry about. She said she sits in the Congress in Mississippi knitting shoes and knitting baby shoes and mitts and all of that for her constituents. But see, you can't relate. She couldn't relate to them passing a bill for a vote by somebody coming into Congress. So we as a people, need to understand that if Jasmine Crockett has the opportunity to send a message to the whole United States, it's gonna have to come from us. We're gonna have to initiate some stuff, do some stuff, get behind some stuff. And Byron says it's already an uphill battle. So we need to be on that first step, going up that whatever it's gonna take to get her there.
And see, Ron, with me, she already got a W because she's got enough courage to get out there and go against the grain and not afraid to be who she is, who she's been groomed to be. She's not afraid to go up against that wall, Riggins. And for that alone, she a winner to me.
Yeah. I truly haven't heard the same discussion that we heard about Kamala Harris with Jasmine Crockett on the other side. I haven't heard that.
Jasmine Crockett is paying her dues, even though Kamala paid her dues to a certain level. After being vice president, she didn't pay her dues in the primary to run for presidency. Let me say it again. She paid her dues because she was in the first debate when she got after Biden in 2019. And she paid her dues to become vice president. But when she ran for president, because he handpicked her with 91 days left, she didn't pay her dues as the vice president to run for president. She wasn't primary. So with Jasmine Crockett, all the while she's been a congressman, coming out of Friendship West Baptist Church, is a pastor over there. It's on the tip of my tongue. He's the third. Frederick Haynes the third. She paid her dues to be where she at right now. Without paying those dues, that's going to help her very well to use her collateral, everything she got, everybody owe her, whatever they owe her, to get behind her in the state of Texas. She run for Senate. It's statewide. It's statewide. It ain't just in the corner up there in East Texas, not just in Dallas. It's statewide. That's how Obama didn't win. He never could win Congress because the district he was in kept wanted Bobby Rush. But boy, when he flipped them tables and ran statewide, Bobby Rush had to come and give him his respect.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to politics and Glass. I'm so glad that I see you on two, so I'm gonna have to bring you in on the other channel. You might have two Byron Glass up here. I'm gonna remove the first one. Yeah, but hey Byron, I'm gonna give it to you. You give it to Pastor Riggins, and I'm gonna come in after Pastor Riggins do his thing, the prayer to close us out as we always do. It's been a great show. I enjoyed it. Thank you, callers that called in. Tyrone and Sean, you was out there. We missed you this afternoon. If you had the opportunity to listen in, I hope that you listen in. Byron, I'm gonna give it right back to you right now.
Spikes, you remember, Riggins, you remember from day one, our number one goal is to enlighten and inform. Okay, and we would not be enlightened and informing if we wasn't talking about the entire map that Jasmine Crockett is up against. Sure, we want her to run. Sure, we're hoping that she'll win. Sure, we're hoping that all these things that we want to happen. But we also got to look at those things that are not happening. And that's why I'm bringing up all of these things that are not happening, because you can't be enlightened and informed if you don't know what exists. The map is not as clear as what we want it to be. The map is not as clear as what we would like for it to be. The deck is stacked. They're playing chess. We've been playing checker. But what I'm interested in, Riggins, is this. I'm interested in seeing what is the National Party going to do and how deep are they going to go to try to get her to where she's trying to get. That's what I'm looking at.
When is the election? Oh,
it's November next year.
November 2026. Yes, November 2026. So she is she's one of the examples of what Byron is saying. That if we don't win in 2026, the party's over.
It's over.
She is one of those that's representing us winning it.
And Riggins, it can happen.
I know.
But what my problem is that if you look at the trend from last 50 years, last 25, last 10, it's not looking favorable for us.
And I understand exactly what you're saying, Byron, because we have had some strong candidates come out alone in this Houston area.
Yeah.
Tell me about West. Tell me about that boy, that guy on the Republican side.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Just as crazy as Herman Cain and
Tim Scott.
Yeah. Tim Scott, just as crazy as Herschel Walker and all them other Sambo.
Wesley Hunt.
Yeah.
He didn't show up out of 219 times to vote. 209 times he wasn't in the president.
And let me just put it out there so we can get to the absolute truth. He was a military man too.
I can tell. Yeah.
He was a military man. Truth. I would love to have him on the show and just ask him that question about Pete.
But the problem is, politics gonna play into it, and he gonna say Pete Hegseth was trying to fight a war on drugs. Because remember, he's got Trump.
Another part of it that we forgot to tell Dr. McKellar is last week we looked at the qualifications for being the Secretary of State, and Pastor Riggins announced them last week. Anybody sitting on this panel, sitting right in front of us, could be the Secretary of State if Trump appointed us. The only thing we have to do is be certified or go through the procedures for the interviews. So don't think that Pete Hegseth is something special that's out there. Never think that. And Pastor.
Yes, sir.
Before Byron throw the deuces up and that screen go black, I need you to do something for us.
Listen here, guys. It's been a pleasure being on tonight, especially because I was able to bring that gentleman in that served for 30 years and brought a greater perspective. Because remember last week was happening an argument back and forth about legal orders. And he was able to come in and say, listen, I did the time. I went up from enlistment all the way to officer. The orders were illegal and I would not have followed them. Then here comes Dr. McCullough, Shirley McCullough, and she said, listen, I'm more qualified than Hegseth to be in this position. But what I'm really doing right now is running for mayor of Tyler, Texas. I need to be the first Black African-American woman to do it, and I believe that they can do that. In an overall discussion, we have focused on Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett is out there as a flag banner. She's carrying the banner. Full throat, full throttle against Trump every day, every hour. But she needs our voting power. Now I'm getting ready. I'm rhyming now. I'm almost going into a little sermonette. She's fighting every hour, but she needs our voting power. What I'm talking to you about is that we've got to do more than sit around talking about it. We have to be about it. And Baron Glass is saying, if we don't be about it, we're in trouble in November 2026. And I'm saying, since we got our foot on their throat, let's put the pedal on the gas and don't let up. Run. Keep on fighting those people that can light the fire on us. And I say this, we're appointed people for the appointed time. I've been studying on Ecclesiastes, and there's a scripture in there that we often quote the wrong way. We said the battle's not given to the race, not given to the swift, and the battle not given to the strong. And we say he's the one that endure to the end. That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 9:12, the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but time and chance happen to them all. It's your time and your chance, or it is our time and our chance. In other words, when you have the right opportunity, your purpose ought to come forth. Hopefully that it is Jasmine Crockett, time and chance to make it happen. Whether it is or not, each one of us have the time and chance right now to be involved. And that's why we have two gents in the mic. Lord, we thank you for the opportunity that sometimes we're not the fastest one in the race. Sometimes we're not the strongest one in the fight. We thank you for every time and chance you give us, every opportunity you give us for your purpose of fulfilling our life. We leave this platform without your presence. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. And Byron's about to give us the deuces. That screen about to go black. But I want to say, please give Jasmine Crockett a chance. Mm-hmm. And if you got a representative within your area that's a Democrat, have them get behind Jasmine Crockett when she's going on those public pictures and stuff like that. It shouldn't just be social media influencers behind it. It needs to be somebody of substance that supports where she's at. And that's an uphill battle. We know it's coming. Let's do the best that we can. I want to say thank God, thank God, thank God. Pastor Riggins, you forgot one last thing. BG, give him just a few minutes to put out this information for his
Go ahead.
Yeah, tomorrow night, I was just quoting from the book of Ecclesiastes. Every Wednesday night at 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, We have a Bible study. It's United Covenant Hope Church of God, which I'm pastor. I'm happy to be an ordained bishop in the Lord's church, and I'm the senior pastor of that church. We come out on Bible study at our Facebook Live page. You'll find a page called Aquila Fennell Riggins, Bishop A.F. Riggins. You find that page at 7 o'clock p.m. You can come to us live or archive. And all we do is just try to study the Bible book by book, chapter by chapter, and verse by verse. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hey, thank y'all. Thank y'all for investing your time. Thank you. I know that y'all have an occupation that y'all go to. And I want to ensure that the people know that these gentlemen give up their own free will to come on. Pastor Riggins with that black and white coat. Byron Williams.
I might can find this one.
With that
if you don't have it, I might can find this one.
Huh?
If you don't have this one, I might can find it.
Well, find it for me, Riggins.
What size? 42 regular?
44. 44 long.
42 regular?
He gonna get it changed.
44 long? Yeah, 44 long.
Whatever you can.
44 long, okay. This 42 regular.
I see you out there, D.
44 long.
Out here. Thank you for our loyal listeners. Positively D and positively unincorporated 4336. I'm trying to get you back on the air one day. But we're gonna do that interview with I think y'all will be shocked with Cedric's interview. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna get out of here now. We got to do twice.
You have a good evening.